Hi, my name is Lisa. Welcome to Hot Baked Italian. So today, if you enjoy shrimp, I have a wonderful dish that is spicy and very tasty and very easy. So please stay tuned and I'll be right back. Hi, so if you watched any of my other videos, you'll notice that I've tried to find dishes that are easy, quick, and full of flavor, and this one is right up there. This is a shrimp taco and Pico de Gallo dinner. It has become one of my favorites. Absolutely love it. Now, shrimp tacos, or I should say fish tacos, have never been one of my favorite things, but the shrimp, when I saw this recipe, it was great. Very easy and a little bit of spice to it, so it was very nice, and you can make it as spicy as you like. So, one of the first things when I was reading the recipe, when I first made this, it was actually talking about shrimp fajitas. So this could be a shrimp fajita dish, or I have chosen to make it more into a shrimp taco dish. And actually I use the small taco shells that are now so popular, the street taco shells. So I've used those. And those are just the small little taco shells. And I use the flour shells. I prefer flour, but corn is the true street taco shell that I use is the corn shell, but I like the flour. So just the small ones. So I am gonna do that for tonight instead of doing the fajitas. All right, so we need our cookie sheet. Take a large cookie sheet, spread foil on it, cover it in foil. And we need our shrimp. Okay. It's about a pound of shrimp, and you buy the raw shrimp, I can buy it frozen, and it's already been deveined, but you have to take the shells off, so I've already done that, and it's very easy because it's already been cut along the edge of the shrimp. So it's very easy then to peel off all the shells and make sure it's the tail is taken off and rinse it really well. So I have rinsed this in water a few times and then let it drain. And then I kind of just let it sit in the refrigerator to stay chilled while I was prepping all the other food. Now, as I said, this is about a pound of shrimp. And actually it kind of comes to maybe 3 to 4 shrimp per taco, depending on how large your shrimp are, okay? So it's about a pound of shrimp right there. Then we need to get some bell pepper. So let's get some bell pepper cut here. Now you're supposed to use an orange, the yellow, and one red bell pepper. I've done this where I've had a green and a red, or 2 green and a yellow, whatever. I kind of use whatever I have in the refrigerator. The original recipe asks for one of these. Now I've already cut up a bunch of bell pepper here. Oh, actually half of each of these, because these were really large bell peppers. The recipe does call for 1 bell pepper each. One of each color, but it was really large, so I'm just going to do about another half of these. So maybe 3/4 of a bell pepper, of each bell pepper, because these do cook down once they get into the oven. If you really love bell pepper, then you can put it all in there, or maybe you don't like bell pepper as much, so you can go ahead and do a little bit less. It's kind of, personalize it. So this becomes your dish, what you like to eat, what your family likes to eat. Okay. Take the bell pepper. All right, get those on there for right now. Okay. And then we just need one more thing. We need some red onion. So I have a small red onion here. Go ahead and cut that in half. And just making some thin slices with it. And again, I've already cut like half of one altogether, so. And I think this should be enough. Let's get that pan back here. You know what, I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish cutting the rest of that onion up, that half of it. So actually what it'll come down to is I did 1 full small onion, red onion.
Have you preheated your oven yet, Mama?
No, I have not, because I do have something else I want to cook, and it's a bit warm having a 500-degree oven. So we will do that in just a little bit.
Okay.
But it will be a 500-degree oven that we are going to preheat shortly. All right. Okay, and that is it. That's all for this right here. I'll put some spices on it. Now the great thing about this is that you could prep a lot of this the night before. I mean, you can have your shrimp cleaned and just in a bag or covered container in the refrigerator. You can have your bell peppers cut. You can have your onions sliced and things just, you know, bagged or containered in the refrigerator. It makes it really nice. They come home the next day and just throw it all together. All right. So now we need some spices to put on all of this, and what we're going to use, I just took them and put them all right here, so we have to mix them all together. So we have 1 tablespoon, a full tablespoon of chili powder. We have 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of cumin, and then half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so just put all those in a little bowl, and we're just gonna mix all those together. And you can see from the chili powder and the cumin that this is gonna have a little bit of a spice. Again, if you don't want a lot of spice, then go a little bit easier on these. If you like it really spicy, you can always add a little bit more. But remember, the spice is kind of what makes the dish. All right, I'm gonna sprinkle that across the top.
You don't mind if I call you Mama, do you?
No.
I didn't think so.
I am.
You're Mama.
I say I am. All right.
Italian Mama.
2 tablespoons of olive oil. And now you just need to get your hands dirty to get in there and mix it all up together. Make sure that all your shrimp is covered with spices and your bell peppers. And just a reminder that if you are liking what you see, and you like my recipes, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. And if you click that little bell next to the subscribe, then you'll get notified when I do a new recipe and post a new recipe. Okay. Now this is going to be in a preheated oven 500 degrees for about 6 minutes. Now because it cooks so quick, and I kind of like to watch it, you don't want to overcook your shrimp, I'm just going to put this aside for a moment and finish doing everything else I need to do for the dinner, and then I can just do this last minute, because you want to serve it hot when it comes out of the oven. You don't want to be in the middle of setting the table or making the pico de gallo or whatever and then letting this get cold. So we're going to go ahead and just put this off to the side and work on the pico de gallo. Okay, so I put together the first half of this dinner was the shrimp, and I went ahead and preheating the oven right now at 500 degrees. And I've also done some prep here for the pico de gallo, so that'll be a little bit quicker to put together. Now, there are many, many different recipes out there for pico de gallo. And it's kind of what your preference is and what you enjoy making, what you like in your pico de gallo. So this is what I have thrown together after making it different times. This is what I like. You might not like something, you might want something more in there, and so that's great. Do it so that what you like, because there's just really no right or wrong into making it. So the first thing I put in is I do canned corn, and since I am making it a smaller portion of this for a couple of us, I'm only using half of a can of corn. So I drained my corn, I got half my can in here. I took black beans, again, half a can. I put them in a strainer, rinsed them off because they have that liquid in it, that thick liquid. So I made sure they were rinsed off really well and drained, and there's half a can. And then I took my other half and I put them in a container, because if you haven't figured it out, I like to freeze things. So I have the other half of corn and half of black beans in a container. I'm gonna put these in the freezer. It freezes great. So the next time I'm ready to make pico de gallo, they're there, ready to go. All right. So I have those two things in there. Put that off to the side. All right, so now I need to get some fresh tomato in there, and I do use the Roma Tomatoes. Okay, and I take out the seeds from the inside. We don't want those in there, so I just kind of get a spoon and just kind of take away the. I'll just kind of scoop that out. And then I will just slice and dice here. Now, if I was making a full can of corn and a full can of beans for a larger crowd, then I would probably, again, like be doubling everything I'm doing today. And if you're not a big tomato fan, you like tomatoes, but you're not a huge fan, then maybe you won't put as many in. Kind of just chunky pieces here. We don't need to make it too fine. This is even great leftover with some tortilla chips as a dip. If you have anything left over, it's a great snack. Okay, I'm just gonna get all that in our bowl. Corn, black bean, tomato, some red onion again. This is that small red onion. This is about the same size. It's about a cup. And I'm gonna put about the full cup in there. Okay. Okay, now we need an avocado. So I cut all the way around, and then there we go. Takes your pit right out. So I'm just going to very carefully slice this right in here. Definitely do this carefully. You can take it all the way out if you want, but you don't want your knife going through the avocado and cutting you.
Have you ever cut yourself?
Actually, no. I've been very good, knock on wood.
Really?
Yeah, really. Not doing avocado. I mean, I've cut myself doing other things, but not avocado. There's the fear of myself cutting myself with that, so I don't. Here, I'll do it this the other way, so you can just easy. If it's ripe enough, it's very easy just to peel off. That came off great.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be the safe way to do it. Okay. All right. And I do have another avocado I can put in there too if I think I want one, but I'm gonna mix it all up first and see. And then let's see, we need a bunch of cilantro. So I rinsed off my cilantro. Now, cilantro is great if you buy cilantro, and same thing with parsley. If you take it and put it in a glass, into like a cup or a plastic container and put it in water, and then put it in your refrigerator, it will last for probably close to a week. If you leave it in a plastic bag, then it's most likely gonna turn brown and get wilty on you. So that's kind of nice. So you know if you want to plan this for later in the week, but you need your fresh cilantro, you know you can just get it and keep it in the refrigerator. Now, cilantro definitely adds a great flavor to the Pico de Gallo, but some people are not as big fans of it. They like it, like a little bit of it. So again, adjust it to your taste. All right. Okay, and then we want to put lime juice on this. Now, lime juice is real important. Not only is it for a great flavor, but it helps keep the avocado from getting brown. So if you do have leftover avocado, leftover of the Pico de Gallo, you can put it in a container and save it, and if you have enough lime juice on it, it will help prevent it from getting it brown. Now these limes I bought on sale actually, off of the discounted produce rack. And you can see they are perfectly fine inside. There's nothing wrong. Even though they do have some brown spots, the lime itself is just fine. I found a bag of like, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 of these things in a bag for 99 cents. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? So just because it's brown, a little bit brown on the outside, doesn't mean there's anything wrong. I do store them in the refrigerator, but take them out to get room temperature so that they get a little juicier. Well, that's weird. That one had a little seed in that. That's interesting. I don't think I've seen a seed in a lime before. Does here. And I do want to sprinkle a little bit of salt on here for flavor. Oh, and I hear my oven is preheated. So I do think I'm going to add the other avocado in here, because I do like avocado, and I really think it can use more avocado. So I'm going to go ahead and put the shrimp in the oven, and that is going to be in the oven for about 6 to 9 minutes. And you're going to want to watch it so that the shrimp becomes opaque. You don't want to overcook it because it becomes too tough. So while that's in there cooking, I'm going to throw that avocado back, the other avocado in here, and we'll be right back. All right, it's been 6 minutes. Let's see how this is looking. Oh, perfect. Looks great.
Oh my gosh, that smells good.
All right. And you can see now the shrimp has all turned opaque. All right. Let me pour this in our bowl, and we'll sit down and give it a try. After 6 minutes in the oven, I took out the shrimp, put a little chopped cilantro on top, sprinkle, or I should say squeeze another lime across the top of that. And I took my small tortillas and I just put these in the microwave. I put wrapped them in a wet paper towel and put them in the microwave for about 20 seconds. And so that they are just soft and warm. So let's see how these came out. There's a little bit of everything in there. Mmm, delicious, lots of flavor and a little bit of spice. They were just wonderful. I hope you try this. Please leave a comment. Let me know how it goes and what you think about this. Subscribe and you'll see what I'm coming up next. And so thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Narcisetto, aroncino d'amor,